Welcome, gentlemen, for the toss. So, who's going to call? Murtuza will call. Ship is a call. And Ship it is. So, Murtaza, you have won the toss. What have you elected?
Yeah, we have decided to bat first.
And what do you think is the reason? Are they a strong side in batting or are you good in chasing?
Definitely, they are the one of the.
Official to grand final. I'll tell you, okay? So, good morning and welcome, dear viewers, to the Sanchi Group presents the ProSports T20 Championship, the Season 2 Grand Final. It's going to be between the ProSports United are taking on the K11 Warriors. And I have the two great gentlemen beside me, Murtaza, the captain of K11 Warriors, and Asif Bhai, the captain of ProSports United. Overseeing the toss is going to be the official, Mr. Saifuddin. Welcome, gentlemen, for the toss. So, who's going to call? Murtaza will call. Ship is a call. And Ship it is. So, Murtaza, you have won the toss. What have you elected?
Yeah, we have decided to bat first.
And what do you think is the reason? Are they a strong side in batting or are you good in chasing?
Definitely, they are the one of the best side of our Bohra community. In fact, they are very good side, and I think we have to play a basic cricket and be calm and play our basic cricket. Put some good run on score, and we have a good bowling side, and we will try to defend the target.
So, what do you think, looking at that side, what is the target that you will have set for them?
Yeah, against them, any total is not enough. But then if we cross around 180, it's a good score on a final round. And they have a quality batsman, but we also have a quality bowlers. And let's see then keep on the fortunes.
So, just one last question before I let you go. The earlier stages you have met together in the league stages. Unfortunately, you had it in the losing side. How much of that is playing around in your mind going on to this all-important finals?
No, I think that on every day it's a different challenge. It depends. We cannot see on the past performance. On a given day, you have to perform well. Even in the past performance, if we have won the match, we cannot say that we can win this match easily. So we have to put a good show, and if we play well, then only we can win.
Inshallah, wishing you all the best. So, Mr. Asif, we've lost the toss. What had you elected? Had you won it?
We would have batted as well.
For sure, that of course more than 200, and even in the quarterfinals, scoring more than 300. What do you tell your batters when they come out to bat?
Well, we just have to go and play a natural game. If if the ball is to be hit, it's to be hit, And plus we play on cement wickets. It's easier than your turf wickets. But at the end of the day, you still have to score runs. 300 doesn't happen all the time. One good day, and it happens.
So how important is going to be the opening pair? Of course, they're doing all the damage in the league stages, in the quarterfinals. So the openers are going to be crucial. Do you have a backup plan in case the openers do not perform?
Well, we are actually playing with a backup plan. So we don't have our star opener with us, Ali Asghar Tanki. He has traveled to India. But we still have, we are playing 11 on 11, so that's fair. Obviously, someone else will have to step up today. And hopefully, as they said, they'll try to put up a good total. Obviously, I'm sure they will try and put up a good total. But whatever they do, at the end of the day, it's a final. And, we have to make sure we cross the line. But it's a game of nerves. Whoever holds it will win.
It's a game of nerves, as Asif has said. And the news from the center is that K11 Warriors have won the toss, elected to bat first. So, a very good morning once again to the Sanchi Group presents the Pro Sports T20 Championship Season 2, the Grand Final. It's going to be between the Pro Sports United who are taking on the K11 Warriors, and we are playing this on the Pro Sports 2 ground in Kuwait, in Sulabia. Firstly, I would like to begin by thanking all the sponsors who have helped to conduct this tournament, beginning with Sanchi Group themselves, Pro Sports, Fakri Sweets, ABD Interiors, Mizan Jeweler, Maimoon Caterers, J1 Group, Burhan United Travel and Tourism, Global Hardware, and Diamond Trading Center Company. The design partner TS Designs and media partner MumineenExpo. And you're watching this live stream on Ben Creations together with me, Jayson D'Souza. So I'll be taking you right throughout this 40-over match in this grand finals between the Pro Sports United and the K11 Warriors. Both the formidable teams, a comfortable victory for them in the semi-finals. We will quickly have a look at the playing 11 for both the teams. For the Pro Sports United, we have Abbas Bapu, Adnan Asif Zuzair, the captain, Josefa Mushtaq, Hussein Miyaji, Ibrahim Raipur, Kutub Bankoda, Mohammad Rana, Mukarram Hafiz, and Yusuf Bashi. They're missing their star batter Ali Asghar Tanki today. And on the other hand, for the K11 Warriors, we have Abbas Motor, Rampur, Abdul Hussain, Sayyid, Hussein Dada, Khuzaima Khwaja, Nakedar, Muhammad Dada, Murtaza Laji, Mustafa Khwaja, and Mustan Takirdar. So both the batters out on their way. They've taken their positions. The bowlers ready. The captain to begin the proceedings for the K11 Warriors. It's going to be interesting to see. 180 is what they said is going to be a good total. The captain himself. Pro Sports are surely a very strong side when it comes to batting. So we will see how things proceed. All set and ready. The fielders are in position. We are in the power play. So 30-yard circle. You'll see a lot of fielders coming in. They have one at deep mid wicket. The two fielders out there in the deep. There's only one fielder outside. So they've added the additional fielder inside the circle. Deep mid wicket, the only one being out there. So here we are for ball number 1 in this grand finals. A legal delivery outside off. Wanted the batsman to reach towards it. Ibrahim Raipur, the bowler. It will not be easy for the batter because the sun will be directly on his eyes, so he will have some discomfort, at least in the first couple of overs. That's up in the air, that's flying towards the fence. Looks like it's going to be the first runs on the board for the K11 Warriors, and what a better way to get it in the form of a boundary. Ibrahim Raipur bowling it outside off, wanting the batsman to just play that in the air. There's no footwork from the batter, but he managed to clear the inner circle and get in that boundary for themselves. So K11 Warriors are on their way. .180 is surely that the batters will look to get, and for that they will have to have a very good start in the power play. Hit it on the onside. This is going to be another boundary here. Will it? Oh no, there's a fielder back in the deep. Who will cut it off? It was just a bit wider. So 2 runs taken. Just a run. Wanted to go for the second, but then in the last moment, Murtaza said no for that one. So 5 runs on the board. Abdul Hussain Sayed on a roll. He's a talent, this captain. He's been doing well so far in this tournament. Yes, as I mentioned, as I was asking him in the toss, that both these teams have met earlier in the league stages and ProSports got the better of the K11 Warriors. That's going to be up in the air, just over the fielder once again, bowling outside off with no one back in there. In that position, he's asking for trouble. Ibrahim Raipur. He's either got to keep it full because they have one fielder now in the deep cover region. So the intention surely would be to make the batters drive, but in the process, he's bowling it on the good length region, just short. And the batter's got to do is just chip it up in the air and play it away from the point fielders. So runs are coming. So far, so good. 9 runs. That's better. It'll only be a single. So off the mark, both the batters, 5 runs. It's a good start if you look at for the K11 Warriors. So deep mid wicket and the deep cover fielders. The 2 men out there in the deep for the ProSports. Shimmer's on the leg side. We'll wait for the official confirmation. Yes, given as a wide by the umpire, Saifuddin. He's also very experienced when it comes to officiating, and especially in the finals, you got to have the best on the board. And the organizers have done well enough to have Saifuddin with them. So we'll see more of it as we go further. The final delivery. That's up, that's well played, should be another boundary. What an expensive over this is from the ProSports bowler Ibrahim Raipur. Another boundary added to the name. They finished this over conceding 14 runs. And pressure surely straight away in the finals will be on the ProSports. Saifuddin and Shahzad Adam are the 2 officials. So 1 over gone by. We've seen 3 boundaries coming in from that first over for the K11 Warriors. A very, very good start for them. As I said, they will want to make use of that power play. The 180 was their target, but surely 180 also. The team of ProSports will not be enough. But we will wait and see because they are missing their star batter Ali Asghar Tanki. So things are even-handed when it comes to the playing 11 for both the teams. 15 runs of the first over. Conceding that wide, Ibrahim Raipur courtesy for that. They get 15 runs. The last ball went for a boundary. The score's been updated and Yusuf Bashi is the new bowler. As I mentioned, the sun directly will be in the eyes of the batters, so it's not going to be easy. They will have some discomfort playing those shots. Looks like another wide. We'll wait for the confirmation. However, the umpire, yes, has given it as a wide. And that's 4. So Asif also couldn't do anything on that occasion. Yusuf, they had a expensive over the previous one. He should have looked to contain the flow of runs, but he gives it in the form of wides. And these extras are going to help the K11 Warriors. He's got to get back stronger, at least in the other deliveries that are left. He's targeting the pads of the captain. He doesn't want to give away some room, but they have a point fielder in the deep. So he should not be worried bowling full outside off. There they have protection this time around. So again, some misfield or some error in judgment. This goes to another boundary. Should have been prevented. The fielder should have done his job inside the circle, but he lets one go away, and that's another boundary coming in. K11 Warriors are on a roll here. 20 runs so far. 24 to be precise. And the score is moving. Asif got to have things in check, because if they continue the way they are going, then surely K11 Warriors are looking at a big score. This time on the onside, should be protected by the fielder. Yeah, he's done it well. He played this comfortably on the offside. The fielder has no chance whatsoever. Another boundary coming in. A beautiful cover drive coming in from Abdul Hussain Syed. Now what a shot that was. He leaned towards it, got the ball in that position, and there he went. So boundaries are coming in thick and fast. That surprised him. That came back better. Yusuf Bashi, plenty of runs in this over. And they end the over number 2 for 29. 14 runs have come in this particular one. 5 wides, then a boundary. Couple of boundaries to finish off in that over, and runs thick and fast for the K11 Warriors. Looks like going to be a bowling change. Ibrahim Raipur will be rested. Slow delivery picked up by the batsman on the onside. That's another boundary from the captain. The boundaries are coming. There's no way these boundaries are being stopped. He was waiting for the slow ball, the release. He was watching carefully. And Ibrahim Raipur, beg your pardon, has been allowed to continue for the second over for him. The over number 3 of this match. And again, the slow one tried to deceive the captain of K11 Warriors, but he was quick to judge that. And off she goes on the onside. So a good way to begin this first over that Murtaza Alaji has taken it on the attack. The third over of this match. And the second one for Ibrahim Raipur. And the first delivery itself has gone for a boundary. So again they've brought back the deep point inside the circle. Long off is now in position. Long off, long on, both the fielders. The line has got to be straight. Places in the gap once again, giving himself some room. The ball is running away. So are the fielders. And they managed to do it well. Doesn't look like if the reaction. Yeah, the official tells us it's going to be a boundary. So another one coming in. Back-to-back boundaries from the captain Murtaza, who's zoomed off to 18 runs in just 8 deliveries. With those 4 phenomenal boundaries for him. And what a great start to this finals. Not quite the expectations from the ProSports United. But certainly the K11 Warriors wanted the start. Poor line again, just helping it along its way on the onside. This is really not looking good. The decision from Asif to let Ibrahim Raipur continue has not gone well. 3 boundaries, 12 runs. A lot of discussions happening. Surely the bowler will be given some precious advice. How much of that is fruitful, we will only wait and see. On a roll here, the captain is taking the attack on against the ProSports bowlers. Together with his colleague who's out there in the non-strikers end, Abdul Hussain Syed. What a shot again. That's another boundary. Could you believe it? 4 boundaries in a row. Asif is not impressed. The fielders in the circle are also dejected with the way Ibrahim Raipur has been conceding those runs. 4 boundaries. And the captain is doing the damage himself. They have literally prepared for these finals. And the morale of the ProSports going down. Especially in this over. Long on should cut it off. So he'll be happy with a single and be off strike, Murtaza. "27 runs for him in just 11 deliveries, 6 boundaries, and we're speaking that we're still in the third over. 46 runs have been scored so far, with 1 more delivery to go by to finish off this third over. And what an expensive one it has been from Ibrahim Raipur. 32 runs. 32 it will be. So end of over number 3. And the K11 Warriors are 46 for no loss. And really an over for the K11 Warriors to celebrate about. And especially the captain himself taking the attack on. 4 boundaries in that over. The third one especially was super impressive. He sweeps it for backward square leg. And gets that important boundary for his team. So really an expensive over from Ibrahim Raipur. 2 overs for him. Asif will have some thinking to do. Does he continue with him in that over number 5? Or he looks to change the bowler. Surely he will be rested, Ibrahim Raipur, because the power play is not turning out to be good for him. Yusuf on the other hand has gone for 14 in that first over that he bowled for himself. So the umpires, yes, they are trying to settle the stumps. It was hit ferociously by Abdul Hussain. Yusuf decides to continue with the support of Asif. So again, the responsibility will be not to give away those runs. 14 runs in that first over that he bowled. He will want to keep it quiet, at least to a minimum. So there they are set. The captain to face the first delivery. Opens his arm and plays it. The lofted in. There was no fielder. They have one at deep point. But then in here, what a shot that is from the captain himself. The runs are coming again. He decides to attack on the very first delivery of this over. And he'll have the batter under pressure, the bowler beg your pardon, under pressure straight away. Courtesy that boundary, looks like they now have the two fielders out there in the deep point and the deep cover in position, guarding the offside boundary like a fortress. But he decides to breach it and he plays it towards long off. He's playing according to the field in the gaps. Commit the man, Murtaza. He is taking away this match away from the ProSports United, at least in the first 6 overs. But he's been given that length to go for. As you will see that on that occasion, length was offered. He cleared his front foot and he knew there was no one in the long off region. And what a shot that was. He's upset with himself. He wanted to play the uppercut or drive it over the keeper's head or maybe away from the backward point, but he missed it. And that's some sensational amount of batting in this from this captain himself, who, as I said, will take the attack on. Is looking good, and plenty of support as well from the players out in the deep. He's asking for one for the over, the height, but the umpire, has given one. Square leg umpire to make the decision. He's come back well, so Yusuf, after going for that boundary, those back-to-back boundaries, 3 dot deliveries in a row to the captain himself, who's looking now frustrated with that, with those dots being conceded. We'll take a 1 for that, and it's going to be the end of over number 4. And the K11 Warriors are 55 for no loss. So good comeback from Yusuf after those back-to-back boundaries. He's managed to contain the flow of runs, especially only 9 runs given in. So we are back. K11 Warriors in the 4 overs. Some sensational amount of batting from the captain himself, Murtaza, who was on 36 of 17, and Abdul Hussain 13 of 7. And bowling change, Mohammad Rana is coming to the attack. Surely, as I said, Ibrahim Raipur was rested because he was giving in those flow of runs. 2 more overs to go before we see the end of the power play. On the pad, wanted to play the flick shot. Chance in the non-strikers end. The throw, if only, would have been good. There would have been some chance. So once again, on behalf of the organizers, sincere gratitude to the sponsors and a big thank you to them. Beginning with Sanchi Group, ProSports, Fakri Sweets, ABD Interiors, Mizan Jewelry, Maimoon Caterers, Jayawant Group, Buran United Travel and Tourism, Global Hardware and Diamond Trading Center Company for organizing and helping to conduct such an amazing tournament. The design partner TS Designs and media partner MumineenExpo also being thanked by the organizers. The tournament started way back in December and finally it's taken 6 months, plenty of matches, ups and downs in the league stages for these teams to get here. That's a good shot, but straight to the fielder. It's a good comeback from ProSports in the form of Mohammad Rana at least. So far it's only been a run in the first 3 deliveries, but you cannot count the K11 Warriors away, especially that we're seeing what we're seeing here. There's a fielder, again protection, so only 2 runs, unable to get a boundary in this over. Mind you, the winners of the ProSports, the T20, the Championship Season 1, ProSports United were the winners. And they will also want to make a mark here in the second final that they are playing in this championship. Again, that was a poor delivery from Mohammad Rana. He was bowling so well on the pads. All that the captain Murtaza had to do from the K11 Warriors was just glide it. Just helped it along its way. Another boundary. So looked like a dry over. But again, he gets that boundary. At least for them to cheer. The deep point and the deep mid wicket. More towards the cow corner region. Have the 2 fielders in the deep. He goes straight. That's up and over. The fielders are converging, but again unable to get it. So another boundary to finish off. There's some sensational batting, I tell you, from this man, Murtaza. Beg your pardon, that was Murtaza, the captain, with that boundary to finish off. And really, he's been playing a gem of an innings for his team. Leading from the front is this man. The K11 Warriors are having a blast. 65 in 5 overs. Murtaza 45 of 20 deliveries with 10 boundaries. Can you believe it? He scored most of his runs only in the form of boundaries. He's taken only 5 singles. And on the other hand, his colleague Abdul Hussain, 14 of 10 with 3 boundaries to him. They're dealing more in boundaries and wanting to get those singles in. Making good use of the power play. Yusuf comes for over number six, so he decided to continue. Slow delivery picked up on the full in the gap. That's going to be a boundary. A good way to start the over. What they are doing well are the K11 Warriors as they are trying to get the boundary on the very first delivery of the over to put the bowler under pressure. Yusuf, he has space, but on that occasion, back of the hand delivery picked up by the batsman. More important, it was a full toss. That is better, that is full, and that's a wicket. That's bold. What a comeback from Yusuf, and that important man is gone. Abdul Hussain was looking to build a good solid partnership with Murtaza. Has to go back finally in the block hole. Nothing that the batter could do. The first wicket down for the K11 Warriors, but really the opening partnership has been sensational. 69 in that power play, and they are on a roll. And ProSports United, however, will now look to make the best of that wicket. The partnership is broken, and after this over, we'll have 5 fielders allowed after the 30-yard circle, courtesy the end of the power play. So we had some drinks out there in the between, and Khwaja, the new batter at number 3 for the K11 Warriors. So Khwaja, 28 matches for him so far. The stats tell us 706 runs for him with an average of 33.6. Pretty good, pretty decent in terms of T20 cricket and the average. But in this final, surely he will have to step up, get more than what is expected. At least give a good partnership, build a good one, give the support that Murtaza requires from the other end, because he's on a roll. 45 or 20 deliveries, 10 boundaries. No 6 yet from both the batters. Earlier from Abdul and now so far from Murtaza. We will see one coming in very soon. And with that, Yusuf Basha lines himself up to continue and bowl the remaining 4 deliveries. Here he is against Khwaja. Starts off with a wide. Asif misses it as well. Another couple of runs coming in the form of extras. 5 wides. That is really not looking good. Asif apologizes. But was he even close to get that one? Should have contained that one if in terms of the skill that he has. Before that, that's some poor bowling also from Yusuf. He picked up a wicket, and the idea surely would have been to put the pressure on the new bowler, new batter. And then it goes away with that 5 wides. So they have got what they wanted from this over. Boundary on the very first delivery, and then these 5 additional runs, and 9 runs in the 2 illegal deliveries. Uzema Khwaja, the right-handed dynamic batter, has a good height. Again, cannot get past the point and the backward point fielders. He's trying his best, Uzema, to get off the mark, but he'll have to keep his horses in check. They do not want to lose a wicket. The K11 Warriors, they've had a very good opening partnership. And the idea now is only to build on what they have already got. So he can take his time in, settle himself, see a couple of deliveries. Uzema Khwaja, couple of deliveries, the power play will be done. So then 5 fielders will be allowed outside the circle. So then plenty of gaps available in twos. Again a miss. Yeah, this is where the captain will have a discussion with him to keep himself cool. He's trying to tell him to come on the front foot. That's some good advice. Yusuf is bowling full. He cannot play that waiting on the back foot. Uzema Khwaja. The idea is to reach towards the ball. We'll have a look at what the advice has bought. The single would have been risky. And with that, it's going to be the end of the 6 overs for the K11 Warriors. A very good one indeed for them. 75 runs have come and they've lost only 1 wicket in that pursuit of getting those runs. So the first 6 overs and the first 45 minutes belonging to the K11 Warriors. Make no mistake, ProSports United have it in them to come back well, and they surely would like to come back well enough in the remaining 14 overs. The projected score tells us 258, and only time will tell how much can the K11 get in those remaining overs. So straight away, looks like it's going to be spin after the end of the power play. Ali Khayan is the new bowler. And he will have the batters guessing. He can literally spin the ball. But again, we're playing on cement track. So how much of it will assist him, we will need to see. Coming in left arm around the wicket. Again, did it take the bat or was it off the pads? We'll wait for the confirmation. However, the ball has been stopped in the deep. Again, given as a wide, so he starts off conceding those extras, 3 runs. The wide plus the 2. And Murtaza is looking ferocious. He will have a go at whatever is in the arc. The length will always help him. It should be another wide. The umpire is taking his time, doesn't give it away. Did it take the outside edge? Was it bad or was it over the stumps? Nonetheless, not given in. So the first legal delivery from Ali Khayan. Advances down the ground. There he goes. Should be the maximum. The first one for us in this match. And here it is. Finally it arrives from the bat of the captain Murtaza, and with that shot he gets to his half century. What a way to get to that one. And the innings that he's playing here, leading from the front, 51 runs in just 21 deliveries, 22 deliveries with 10 fours and one massive six, striking at 231. Really phenomenal from this man, Murtaza. He's giving it away, Ali Khayan, short, and there's no one back in that where the fielders are. He lined himself up and played it in the gap. This is where Asif is trying to tell him to calm down. The scoreboard is been getting up and over. And with that shot, 88 is what we have from the K11 Warriors. Ali Khayan, it's not doing any good to Asif. Again, short, he places well in the gap. Similar delivery, similar result. And this time it's a maximum. So I was telling you there is no six so far in this match. And here we have two in that very same over. And with every shot being played, you can see the fielders there out there in the deep. They're very, very excited. They are all pumped up actually. This is some sensational performance really, that the ground itself is very good for batting. This time on the offside, he'll be happy with the one. He's got most of the runs and he wouldn't want to take those additional risk. What an innings he's playing, this man Murtaza. I mean, complete of what he is doing for his team. 62 runs in 25 deliveries. Ali Khayan has been whacked for 20 runs. He has one more delivery left to finish it off. And with that one run, 21 runs has been conceded in that first over that Ali Khayan has bowled. I told you he was a good bowler, but again, he was not using his mind in choosing those lengths, and he's given it all away in the hands of the K11 Warriors. 96 is what the score is after 7. So there we are, back again after that small quick drinks break. 96 runs is what the K11 Warriors have in that 7 overs. They've whacked each and every bowler. Ibrahim Raipur 32 in his 2 overs, Yusuf 33 in his 3. Mohammad Rana 10 runs in that 1 over that he bowled, and Ali Kayan 21 runs the previous one. So 2 maximum 6s coming in. They're really having a role, the K11 Warriors. And it's been led by the captain himself, Murtaza, 62 of 25 with 11 fours and 2 sixes. So bowling change, Hussein Miyaji. This is the new bowler. This one's up in the air. The players. 1 bounce. That's going to be a 4. Yeah, up and over the fielder. So again, they start off well. And this time it is coming from the bat of Kozema Khwaja. So he will be delighted. He's 1 of 5 so far with that boundary. It will help him to get that scoreboard for himself up and going. And with, again, 100 runs have come for the team. And they're still inside the 8 overs. Slow delivery picked up. He's played this on the onside. Khwaja, but straight to the man who drops it. Can you believe it? A life given in this stage when the ProSports United are looking for an opportunity to come back into this match. And right there, a chance goes down begging. Khwaja given a life. He's dropped on 5, and we will see how far does he go. He's upset, the bowler, you can see from his reaction. Straight away, the fielder has been replaced. That deep mid wicket is now brought to long on. That really should have been taken. It was a sitter. Nonetheless, brings the captain back on strike with that run, Murtaza. He held himself back at the last moment. The slow delivery deceived him. It is on the offside. This is again in the gap. He's only finding. And yes, that's 4 in the end. So I will continue my statement. Murtaza has only been finding boundaries. He's playing it in the gap outside off, helping it over the inner circle. And with every shot that he plays, he's putting pressure right back on the ProSports United captain. Mind you, they will miss their star batter, Ali Asghar Tanki, when they come out to chase. And this will be playing in his mind. None of the overs have gone quiet. A misfield again coming in. The ball is racing away towards the fence. Another boundary again. Asif is rejected. Look at him. He's looking towards the ground, but again he'll have to keep his head high. K11 are looking at a score. The projected 280. None of the bowlers are able to contain those runs. And Hussein Miyaji was entrusted after that drinks break. Some advice given in to contain the runs. But the strategy is not working. Again, slow delivery picked up. And he's played this in the gap. He's only dealing in boundaries. Asif wants to have a quick chat, but again it's going to be the end of the over. That's really not looking good for the K11 Warriors. 113 is what the score reads after 8 overs. And he's inching towards his 100. In the semi-finals, the K11 Warriors, Murtaza missed out on scoring the opportunity. He was run out without even facing a delivery, and this is where he's taking all the revenge to score those runs. And ProSports United, on the other hand, are paying for that. 113 after 8 overs. Some sensational batting in. Mukaram Hafiz is the new bowler. Hussain Musaji, 17 runs for him the first over. Hussain Miyaji. And can Mukaram do some damage? Or at least contain the flow of runs? This will be the least expected. That should have been punished, but that's there. This is going to be a catch. Looks like it's dropped. Would have been a splendid catch had he taken it. The flight given a lot of time for the batter to get going. He should have looked to play it up and over. If it would have been Murtaza, surely that would have gone. But Kuzema Khwaja is on strike now. To courtesy that shot that he tried to play, they now have the deep backward square leg in position. Tossed up again, he goes, but again couldn't quite get the connection right. It will only be a one and it will get the captain on strike, and this is exactly what the K11 Warriors want. The players out there in the deep, the squad, the team manager, everybody wants to see the captain taking most of the strike now. Tossed up, he will try to play what he can. This is in the gap. The fielder just got his hand to it and he will look to stop it only for a one. But he's running and he's coming back for the second. This is where Khwaja, there was always a two. Wonder why he only wanted a one. And he's playing it cheeky enough. Murtaza. Two more deliveries to go by in this over. This is good enough from Mukaram Hafiz. He's kept the runs at bay at least. And he had 3 deliveries to bowl to Kuzema. This is where the ProSports United would want. They want most of the strike to be taken by Kuzema. K11 Warriors want the captain to be out there as much as he can. And that's gone towards up and over Asif as well. He got some bat to it. Murtaza, with that shot, he will look to then take the next over on, but again, it will be the final delivery left for Kozema to play. Looks to be in some sort of discomfort. We have one more delivery left. Kozema is down on his knees. Tossed up, gives himself the room and he's played it in the gap. Then that will be a boundary. The Novovic was looking very quiet. He was getting predictable. Mukarram Hafiz. And Murtaza has given him the treatment that was required. So the score after the end of 9 overs has touched to 121 for the loss of 1 wicket. And Murtaza has moved on to 81 of 32 deliveries. So Hussain Miyaji decides to continue. He's been given the task to continue by the captain. He has no decision in that one. So Asif is still entrusted the responsibility on him to bowl over number 10. Mukarram Hafiz went for 8 runs in that first over that he bowled over number 9. Onto the pads, he whacked it on the onside. There's protection in the deep. That was Ali Kayan. He manages to do it well, keep it in the ground. Getting the inside edge, he was lucky. The ball did not roll onto the stumps. Khawaja. Some slight correction in the last delivery of the previous over from Mukarram. That 4 was scored by Kozema Khawaja, who's now on 11 of 12. Murtaza at the other end is playing his shots. He's played this one again, but there's protection out there in this deep. So this has been a good over so far. We're yet to see a boundary coming in, a good comeback in the perspective of how Hussain went 17 runs in that first over that he bowled. This one has so far has been good. And he ends it well enough. So it's the end of the 10 overs. We're halfway through the first innings and the K11 Warriors 124 on the board with the Khwaja on 11 of 13 and Murtaza was 79 of 35 deliveries with 14 boundaries and 2 massive sixes, striking at 225. If they continue the way they are going, the projected score 248 is what the K11 Warriors will get. So Mukarram Hafiz to continue. He bowled a good one, only 8 runs in that over that he bowled. So he will be interested to also contain a quiet one. 2 quiet overs back to back for the ProSports United. They've come back well. That's going to be called a wide. He's getting predictable. Is he this man Mukarram? He's only giving a flight. And then, but the problem is he's straying down the leg side this time around. So again, the fielders in the deep on the onside will be interested. There's deep square leg, deep mid wicket, and the long on. Two back-to-back wides. K11 Warriors will be happy. Long on now moves to cow corner. So cow corner, deep mid wicket, deep square leg, heavily guarded onside field. Another wide. Again, he's only flighting the ball, but the line, the direction is something that he has to be careful about. Murtaza is waiting. This time it's a legal one. Murtaza is surprised. He's looking at the umpire. But finally it's not given, so it has to be a legal one. Draws it down the ground, took it on the full, mistimed it long, the low mid on. Should have gone for it. He was waiting, wonder why he was waiting for that. The moment it was up in the air, the initial reaction should have been to charge on. And then the opportunity not taken, and Murtaza could have had his heart in his mouth. The ball being up in the air. He's inching towards his century there. Murtaza 80 runs so far from him. That's another wide. We've seen plenty of wides, 4 wides in this over itself. Mukarram was bowling well, 8 runs in that over that he bowled the first one, over number 9. And in here he's conceding all those runs in the form of extras. He will whack it. The mid-wicket fielder should protect it. He'll keep it down only for a 1. The runs are coming in. Slightly they've held back the K11 Warriors, but again it's a good total so far. There goes the captain Murtaza, but the mid-on fielder is out there. Couldn't quite pierce him. And one more delivery left before we finish. In spite of going for those wides, only 6 runs have come in. Attempt gone down begging the mid-on fielder. So end of over number 11, and the K11 Warriors look to get at least 240 with the way things are proceeding. 9 more overs left, which means 54 more deliveries to come in. They will see the batting summary only from the K11 Warriors. Murtaza 81 is not out, and Kozema 12. Some cameo played by Abdul Hussain 18 of 12, and Abbas Motor, Mohammed Dada, Abed Manaf all to come. They're waiting for their batting, but again not in this finals. On the other hand, if we speak about the bowling lineup from the ProSports unit, everyone has gone for runs. Ibrahim Raipur 32 in his 2, Yusuf 33 in his 3, Mohammad Rana 10 runs in that 1 over, Ali Khayan also going for 21, Hussain 19 of his 2, and Mukarram, who gave a lot of wides but he came back well, only 15 runs in his 2 overs. So Hussain will continue. Surprised even the captain of K11. Only 2 runs had come in that over from Hussain, the second over. Appeal at square leg, not given. That's some quick pair of hands by the captain Asif. Again, the idea surely will be to contain those runs because they are coming thick and fast for the K11 Warriors. And so far they managed to do it well. Over number 9, 10 and 11 all going in the favour of ProSports United. So the flow of runs have been contained, and they will look to do it for the couple of more overs before the batters start feeling the agitated or frustrated enough for not getting those boundaries in, and they go for those mistimed shots in the process of getting those runs thick and fast. So 180 was what Murtaza had said during the toss should be a good target against the ProSports United in the finals. They've got to 132 and they'll have 8 more overs to go by to get to that target, which is surely in their reach. The current run rate 11.6. And there's another extra. Of 21 extras have been given by the ProSports United. 20 wides. Yes, there were 2 deliveries that were bowled outside the leg stump, which went for boundaries. So 5 wides twice. Apart from that, 10 wides have been bowled. So again, the runs are helping the K11 Warriors. Those additional runs, 21, which have come. Surprisingly, this over as well has been kept quiet. They are feeling agitated, especially the captain Murtaza. And for the K11, they will want him to keep his calm, keep his cool, because he's playing fantastic so far. And if he loses out, then again there's a new batter trying to settle in, and the scoreboard will then be halted until and unless they have someone like an attacking Yusuf Pathan, let's say, or even a Hardik Pandya in the lineup to just come and whack those balls. It will not be that easy. Once again, Hussain Miyaji has come back well. Only 3 runs have come in this over. We go, this one's up in the air. One bounce did not carry. Also some miscommunication allowing them to come back for that second. That's good running, good awareness from both the batters, Murtaza and Kuzema Khwaja. With this, we come to the end of over number 12, and the K11 Warriors 137 for the loss of 1 wicket. Another quiet over from the ProSports United. Only 5 runs have come, and there you see the projected score now dropping down even further, 228, with the current run rate of 11.4. A good decision by Asif to let Mukarram continue. The decision will be good only if he stops bowling in those wides. Other than these wides, he's bowled phenomenal with that flat deliveries. Should be another wide. Wonder why doesn't surprise the batter to bowl that quicker one in with the arm. He's bowling right arm round the wicket. He's giving all the time in this ball, played it in the gap, but again protection in the form of those fielders were out there on the onside guarding that boundary region. Cow corner, mid wicket and square leg, all out in the deep. It's just 2 fielders, a deep cover and deep backward point. He took it on a full in the gap between mid wicket and square leg and gets them the boundary that they were searching for so desperately. Some dry spells coming in from Hussain and Mukarram as well the previous couple of overs, but this one they get the boundary, and this is rightly where Asif will come and have a word with Mukarram. First of all, he's giving in those wides and then a loose delivery, and Khwaja lashed onto it, so he's building his confidence with those shots. Playing a runner ball inning so far, Khwaja, less than runner ball. But this will help him set himself up in the remaining 5 or 6 overs out there in the deep. Still a lot of overs to go by. 7 more after these couple of deliveries. Again full toss. He takes the advantage, but again Ali Khayan is out there in the deep. Asif wouldn't have expected to be in such a situation where the K11 Warriors, when getting those runs, of course they have it in them to come and chase it down, but again, as I mentioned, and he mentioned too during the toss, that they will miss their star batter Ali Asghar Danki. But he has a backup plan up and ready, so we will see what the backup plan is. All out against the K11 Warriors when they come out to chase. He's doing it well here. Mukarram, if Hafiz accept that boundary. So far, he's been able to contain the flow of runs. Nine runs have come in. And with that, looks like it's going to be the end of over number 13. The K11 Warriors 147 for the loss of 1 wicket in 13 overs. 7 more overs to go by. 42 more deliveries to come in. Even if they get at least 50 in the next 5, they get to the next 7, they get to 100 and 200, which is a good score. But if they can come into 220, something of this sort, then again that will be a big advantage, especially with the ProSports playing without their star batter. So 10 to 15 runs also is what they can add to whatever they will reach out there in the end. And that's a beautiful shot from Khawaja. He's getting onto the action, and that's a maximum, the first one indeed for him. And Hussain Miyaji now taking on the attack. He's bowling the final over of his spell. And what a shot that is. And this is exactly once again the strategy that they always employ to attack the very first delivery of the over and put the bowler under pressure. With that shot, they cross the 150 mark. Bulldogs on the offside, should be protected. The extra cover fielder does well. He had no one backing him, so if he would have had any sort of a misfield, the ball would have gone for a boundary. He's waiting for the decision. Wide given in by the umpire. A good one indeed. This one's up and over. This is going towards the boundary fence. It will surely beat the fielders. The ground is cooked enough, and Mukarram Hafiz had no chance to even go for that one. So again, the captain Murtaza on the attack here. With that shot, he moves on to 88. He's 12 away from getting to his half century. Beg your pardon, his century. He already crossed the century mark, so 88 is what his score is. Khuzaima Khawaja on the other hand, 20 of 24. He started slowly, but he's picking up the pace. And that's gone. He went too early with that shot. An innings that deserves all the praise from the K11 dugout. He would have been happier to get the 100 for himself, but he will be dejected with a short selection. Going for that cross-batted shot. Playing it too early, deceived by the pace. And Hussain Miyaji has managed to pick up the star batter from the K11. The captain's gone. And this will surely dent the scoring run rate for the K11 to what they would eventually get after the end of 20 overs. And you can see all the fielders, all the players in the lineup are out there to help to give him the praise, give him the accolades in this finals. He's receiving the celebration. He's played a captain's knock here with a tremendous effort. 88 of 46 deliveries, 15 fours and 2 massive sixes, scoring at 191 the strike rate. Never ever easy. And that's the celebration. That's all that's required. He's brought his team to a good total here, 159 in 13.4 overs. And they'll have 2 more deliveries left. Mohammad Dada comes into the attack, the new batter. And now it's time for Kozema Kwadao set of 20-24 with 3 boundaries and 1 massive 6 to now take on the attack and continue what Murtaza had left behind. So there's Hussain Miyaji to bowl the final 2 deliveries of his spell. He's gone for 36 runs so far, but he's picked up the wicket. The important one indeed, and Mohammad Dada will look to just play off these 2 deliveries, have a strategy in, and then look on how to proceed in the remaining 6 overs. The projected score 232, still looking good. The current run rate being 11.6. The idea now here in the next 6 overs will be to get to the 200 mark as soon as possible. There goes Mohammad Dada, swung his bat to it, straight to long on, and he will keep strike. It's the end of the 14th over and K11 Warriors are 160 for 2. So coming back 180 as quickly as possible to have the psychological advantage of what was said during the toss. And then to reach 200 and above that in the remaining overs is what the batters will look to do. The message will also be the same from the captain, Murtaza. So Hussain Miyaji finished off his spell, giving away 37 runs with that wicket. And that's one comfortable run. With that one, he will give the strike back to Kozema Kwadao, Abbas Bapu, the new bowler. Bowling over number 15. Seven bowlers introduced by Asif in this match. Ibrahim Raipur, Yusuf, Mohammad Rana, Ali Kayan Hussain, Mukarram and Abbas Bapu. 7th bowler. Bowling diagonal, right arm round. Goes with the arm there, the ball, another one. That's a maximum. And as I said, Kwadao will now look to continue what Murtaza had left behind. And he'll be the danger man now for the ProSports United. Will have to find a way to get him out, because now he's looking dangerous. He's 34 of 25 deliveries. He started slow. He was a run in those 6 deliveries, but since then he's managed to come back well. And with those 2 massive 6s so far in his innings, he's the danger man now for the ProSports United. They have a fielding change. They want to get more protection out there in the deep on the onside. Full toss this time in the gap. Again played according to the field. There was no one on the offside in the deep. He got the full toss outside off, and it just helped it along its way. More important, playing it in the gap. So this is where Quads are now using his brains well enough and putting the bowler under pressure, who's come for the very first one indeed, Abbas Bapu. 11 runs so far with 3 more deliveries left. 171 is what the score is. They get into 180, 9 runs away. And such shots will help, but again there was no power, but nonetheless they'll get in that one. 4 fielders on the onside, long on. There's long on, cow corner, deep mid wicket and deep square leg, all guarding that area. Not a good strategy, I would say, from Asif. But there's a loud appeal to the umpire. He's not interested. The umpire's decision will have to be respected. The decision is for the square leg, not for the square leg umpire to make. It's an appeal for a caught behind. There's an appeal for a caught behind on that occasion, so they are having a discussion, wonder what it would be. The square leg and the main umpire. I don't think the square leg umpire can override the decision of the main umpire on that occasion, but they're still having a discussion. And we will pause here. We still await what the answer will be. He's coming back. It doesn't look like it that he will concede with that one. It's given as out. There, this is where the batter is asking the question. It was not for the square leg umpire to make a decision. It's the decision from the main umpire, who's now overridden himself and given it as a wicket. The ProSports United are celebrating, and the K11 Warriors are not happy. The captain will surely have a go and have some discussion. The square leg umpire shouldn't have called for that one, even if he would have heard a nick. This is not a matter of a review. He will stand his ground, the batter, until the decision and discussion has been done. That's not a good decision from the two experienced umpires, especially Shehzad now at the officiating end, who will now be under pressure. We'll have a lot of discussion, but Saifuddin, the square leg umpire, should have looked to keep the decision with himself. Mind you, there was no review. The decision has been given. He's raised his fingers as out. So technically now the ProSports United are celebrating, and they won this wicket away. We'll take a small pause as the drama continues in the middle, and we'll be coming back in action once we have the new batter in. Both the batters refusing to go out. The captain having a say for us discussion. So we will pause and see how things go on. The drama still continues, and as we see, looks like we're coming to the decision. Still back and forth happening here. Clearly, is what the K11 voters are protesting. It was not a decision for the square leg umpire to make, and this is rightly so. The main umpire as well has given it as out. Initially, gave it as not out, but then overriding the decision after discussion with the square leg umpire does not make sense, at least in the term of the cricketing knowledge. This is the basic rule. The square leg umpire should only intervene when it's either a stumping or a run out. There's no format of a review in this tournament. So again, both the captains, Asif on the other end from ProSports, is contented with how things are going. But for Murtaza, it's a frustrating time. The batters are losing their momentum. Vociferous discussion with the umpires. This should not be given as out. The umpires need to have a discussion with Asif to convince him, because this one, the batter should stay. And we are halting the play out there only for this decision, which is going to be crucial in this finals. Every decision here is crucial. There's drama. There's a lot of drama still happening. Again, unconclusive is what the discussions are happening out there in the middle. You will see Murtaza discussing, arguing vociferously with the umpire. Surely he's frustrated. He doesn't want to have a wicket away. A wicket at this stage surely could be detrimental to the hopes of the K11 Warriors. But for the Pro Sports, they are chill and relaxed. And looks like a decision has been made finally after discussions, arguments. The captain Murtaza is walking back. It's given as out, so we still await the striker to come back. Again, Murtaza, as we thought that the discussion is done, he comes back again, discussing with the umpires. We will see how things proceed. Both the batters are walking out. What's happening? There's plenty of drama in action in between. This is not looking good, worthy of a final. This is not good.